What's up, Chico? What's up, y'all? We're gonna get started in just a second. Grab savings. What's up, y'all? Hold on real quick. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. I just gotta do one more thing and boom. There we go. There we go. We back. Happy Friday, y'all. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Hope all is well. Hope all is profitable. Hope everything is going good. We're gonna kick this thing off right. We're gonna talk about how to book your first estate plan signing. So, before we get started, we need to get some more people in here first. Do me a favor, y'all. Can y'all share this room with a notary or two? Can y'all share this room with a notary or two who could benefit from learning how to book their first estate plan signing? Can y'all please share this with a notary or two? Do me a favor. Share this room with share this live with a notary or two who can learn how to book their first estate plan signing. I've done a couple of loan signings this week. I'm starting to see some refi signings come across my desk. Some of those rates are around 5.35%. So if we get down to about 4%, to that 4%, mid 4% range, we are back in business. But until we're back in business, there's other business that you can get out here. And one of my favorites, or actually my specialty, is estate plan signings. She said, perfect. I just finished your estate plan course. All right, let's get it. What question did you have? What other question did you have about the estate plan signing course? And did you get any value from it? That's what I want to know. Did you get any value from the estate plan signing course? That's what I would like to know. Do you feel confident that you're going to be able to book your first signing after taking this course? Yeah, man. I want y'all to get this business, man. Like I say it all the time. 70% of Americans don't have their estate plan set up. Don't have an estate plan set up. So that's a great opportunity for you as a notary to get into this space and start booking these estate plan signings. Because until loan signings, until interest rates get into that mid 4% range, you're gonna see some loan signings here and there, but again, this market is wide open for estate plan signings. Definitely a lot of value. I took lots of notes and you explained it so well. Thank you very much. I like to get straight to the point. I like to get straight to the point, not with giving you a lot of fluff. I want to give you the information that gives you straight to the point. So let's get right into it. So let me start off with how I booked my first estate plan signing. I booked my first estate plan signing in the first quarter of 2022. I had got a phone call, actually not a phone call, it was a request that came in through Thumbtack, and someone needed some estate plan documents signed, and they were going to pay me $190 for it. Now, at that time, I had never got paid $190 for a signing outside of a loan signing. The highest that I made for a signing in general was probably $200, but again, that's for a loan signing. So I've done power of attorneys, I've done general notary work, I did all kind of work regards to signing documents, but I never got paid that type of money for a signing outside of loan signings. So I got paid $190, even though the drive was like an hour long. It was an hour-long drive to where the signing was taking place. But I just said, hey, I'm willing to do it because, again, it's not going to be, I don't know when the next time I get an opportunity like this. So I go to the residence. I'm thinking I would need to explain the purpose of the documents. The attorney told me no, I wouldn't need to do that. They asked me do I need to print out 2 sets of documents? I didn't need to do that. And I asked what were the payment terms. They were going to pay me $190 and they were going to pay me immediately after the signing. So I thought, man, you mean to tell me I don't have to print out 2 sets of documents? I don't need to explain the purpose of the documents because the attorney has done all that work already. And I don't have to wait 30 to 45 days to get paid. I can get paid immediately as soon as I send over the invoice. To me, man, that was a no-brainer after that. And so after knocking out that signing, I immediately shifted my focus from doing loan signings only, working with signing services, to just specifically working with attorneys. So now what does my business look like today here in 2023? Again, I specialize mainly in estate plan signings. So we pretty much specialize in helping attorneys with finding notaries for their in-office and out-of-office signings. And it's been going pretty good. And I would say, luckily for me, not a lot of notaries focus on this space, because when notaries get into the business, they're mostly focused on loan signings, which is cool because, it's an attractive signing. You get paid $200, $250 for a signing, which is great. But it's a lot. Sometimes it could be some obstacles. It could be some barriers into getting into loan signings. To me, I don't like hustling on a crowded block. If it's a ton of competition within that space, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to stand out. Yeah, I can go to a title officer or a loan officer and tell them, like, I don't miss any signatures, initials, or dates. I'm available on the weekends, even for last minute signings if notaries in your preferred rotation aren't available. I'm not the only notary that's saying that. So there's other notary signing agents that's giving that same exact pitch to title companies. So it's kind of difficult to stand out. But when it comes to working with attorneys, most notaries are not marketing to attorneys for the most part. It's typically the attorneys that's looking for you. So a way for you to stand out is, again, market to the professionals where they need your business, where they don't necessarily have to go on Google. Because if you can say, because most attorneys, most law firms, they either have a paralegal or a legal assistant at that firm, and they're pretty much the ones that's drawing up the documents. They're confirming if there's any revisions that need to be done. They have a whole list of responsibilities that need to be taken care of. And the last thing that they want to do is spend an hour or two trying to find a notary. So if you, as a notary, can get in contact with the paralegal, make them, want to do whatever you can to make them your best friend, create that scheduling link, whether it's through Calendly, and you just relate to them that you're all about giving them convenience. You understand what their day-to-day task is like. You want them to make sure that their day goes by smoothly. They don't have to worry about if they're going to have hired the right person or whatnot. They're more than likely going to do business with you, and they're going to keep you in their rotation. Because truth be told, attorneys don't have 6 to 7 notaries who they can call on like a title company would. They only need one notary. So if you're that one notary that they can establish a relationship with, and they can pretty much call upon you, whatever, for their local signings, you won't be lacking any business because you just have that relationship. So once you have that relationship, you just want to rinse and repeat and continue to build upon that. Because the more relationships you have, the more the more thorough you are within your process of working with the attorneys. Then when the next opportunity comes around, you have another attorney that comes around. You'll be able to relay your value proposition to them, and they'll be more than likely doing business with you. Said interest said, I just passed my LSA test this week, but I'm like you, I don't like crowded streets. Same here. I don't like sitting in traffic. I don't like sitting in traffic at all, man. Traffic is no fun, but if I can go straight to my destination, that's where it's at. So marketing to estate planning attorneys, that's where it's at. Interesting that notaries don't market to attorneys. No, they don't. No, not many of us. Yeah, it's weird because most of them don't market to them. Because again, I don't think it's because that they don't want to market to them. It's just because they're just not aware that attorneys need their business. So estate planning attorneys, that's my bag. That's my specialty. I definitely would encourage you all to get into that space as well. Because if you think about it, just imagine when loan signings start to turn a corner. Not only will you be in a position, not only would you have positioned yourself to where you're going to have these estate plan signings coming in, but you're also going to have loan signings coming in as well. So you'll have the best of both worlds. So while loan signings is slow right now, while it's on its way back, this is the time to foster those relationships with those attorneys. So that way, when the things do turn the corner, you got the best of both worlds. You got loan signings coming through your desk, and you have trust signings coming in as well. So I love doing them. This is pretty much all I've done. I've probably done 2 loan signings this year so far. But every other signing has either been a power of attorney signing, or it's been an estate plan signing, or any general notary assignment. So I try to take full advantage of that. And then I just figured, when loan signings start to turn the corner, that's when the income and the opportunities are going to pick up. So definitely look into that. It says, how many estate planning docs does your average attorney do per week that needs a notarization? It really depends. It really depends on which attorneys that you're working with. So you'll have like law firms where it's just that specific practice where they're a solopreneur and they may have 1 or 2 that come in a week. And then if you're dealing with a law firm that has multiple attorneys, where there's multiple partners on the firm, where it's 3 or 4, you may end up doing about 10 to 15 estate plan signings a month, between all of them. And then you may have some months where it's just extremely busy. I remember there was a point in the first quarter of last year, I had that 25 to 30 estate plan signings. So, I mean, the opportunities is there. It's just all about, just doing the marketing and then just fostering and building those relationships, or just getting introduced to them. So, but yeah, like I said, if you're working with a solo lawyer, probably a couple times a week. But then again, like I said, it just really depends on which one you're working with. It really depends. What else do I want to add to that? I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think of something else. But yeah, if you guys have any additional questions, man, drop your questions down. Drop the questions that y'all have. And if y'all have any questions about booking estate plan signings, like, let me know. I'm here to help out. Help you get some more business. Help you get more estate plan signing business. So if you want to start booking some estate plan signing business, number one, you definitely should have your Google business profile so they can find you. Another one is Thumbtack. Now, just for full disclosure, I'm currently not using Thumbtack at the moment. Reason being is because in my area, the competition is really tough. In my area, so I've jumped off the platform for now. But it may not be that way in your area. But a lot of the opportunities that I was getting for estate plan signings definitely came through Thumbtack. I do recommend that if you are going to use that platform, and if you do have someone that reaches out to you, you want to be absolutely the first person to respond to that request, because you have to figure there's other notaries on the platform, and they're going to be the ones that just got back to you as well. They're going to be the ones that reach out to those attorneys as well. Yeah, so she said I just got back on. Yeah, Thumbtack is not a bad platform. It's just the competition is tough. Competition is tough right now, especially in my area. I told a story. I had an estate plan attorney that reached out to me. What was that, last month? I had an estate plan attorney that reached out to me last month. It was on a weekend. And I'm thinking, like, all right, I got time to book this appointment. So it took me about approximately 2 minutes to reach out to the attorney. I didn't hear anything back from him, so I immediately called him, and he pretty much just told me that he already had hired another notary. And I was able to look at the analytics to see how fast were the other 2 notaries responding. I responded in 2 minutes. The first notary responded in 21 seconds, and the other one responded in 56 seconds. So you got to be Johnny on the spot if you're going to use Thumbtack, because, again, competition is really big. Because Thumbtack is already known now, like, especially last year and the year prior. The word has already been put out as far as Thumbtack being a platform that you can use to book notary business. Now, actually, the competition is even going to get more thick, because, again, loan signings hasn't been as much loan signing business coming in. So every notary is pretty much trying to find different ways, either through Thumbtack, through sending postcards or networking. They're trying to find different ways to get business, and Thumbtack is one of the easier ways to get business. But again, it's a lot of competition. So if you are going to use Thumbtack, just make sure that as soon as someone reaches out to you, you would respond to them immediately. She says, how far in advance do attorneys schedule a signing with you? A few days, 24 hours before, same day, a little bit of everything? I would say a little bit of everything. I've had attorneys schedule a signing 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance. I've even had some emergency signings where they needed one done like the very next morning, or I got a request like that night or the same day that they need to get a signing done. So it happens. But luckily, like for me, because I run a signing agency. So if it's somewhere like I live in Northern California, and if I get like a signing in San Diego, which is Southern California, it's like a 6 to 8 hour drive. I would need to like find someone quick. So if you're in a situation like that, yeah, you want to have your network of notaries already together. But if it's in your city and you're able to take care of it, and if it's an emergency and they really want you to do it, then what you would charge as a normal rate for an estate plan signing, you would probably charge a different rate because it's a last minute signing, it's an emergency signing, and it needs to be done immediately. So like I said, whether if it's scheduled a day in advance, 3 days or a week, weeks from now in advance, you just want to get it on your calendar. That's more importantly, like no matter how long it takes, no matter how far out the appointment is or how soon the appointment is, you just want to get it on your calendar. All right, get it on your calendar, knock out the signing, and then have that relationship. Because the relationship is the more important aspect. If you got the relationship, everything else will fall into place. She says, conservator, is that the lawyer drawing up the paperwork? Conservator, no, that's the no, that would be the legal assistant. So either be the legal assistant or the paralegal. They'll be the ones that's going to help them draw out the documents. Or it'll be the attorney that's drawing out the documents. It'll be either one of those three parties involved that'll draw out the documents. She says, do you charge solo attorneys the same or different fees than a firm with the multiple attorneys? Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. She asked, do you charge solo attorneys the same or different fees than a firm with multiple attorneys? That is a great question. So no, I'm pretty much going to charge you whether if you're a solo attorney or whether you're a firm with multiple attorneys, I'm going to charge you the same price. I'm going to charge you the same price because each attorney, because every attorney is going to have their own clients that they're working with. Even though there may be one client that's going to that specific firm, they're always going to work with one attorney. So you were charging the same fee. You were charging the same fee that you would charge if you were working with a solo attorney. You're just going to charge them based on the time that you're going to spend at the signing, your travel fee, and then you'll charge the amount of signatures that you will charge for the amount of signatures that need to be notarized. And then also what you can do is you can upsell as well. So upsell meaning if they need, like most estate plan, well, for the most part, every estate plan signing is going to need a witness for the will or the power of attorney. So if the signer doesn't have a witness for a will, that could be an opportunity for you to provide a witness for a fee. And you could charge either, I typically charge between 40 to $60, $47 up to $60. So if the signing's already been scheduled like in advance and they need a witness, I'll charge them $47. But if it's if they need a witness like right now, like at the last minute, I find out if I go to the signing table and I find out that you don't have a witness and you need one like immediately, I'm gonna charge you $60. And they'll be fine with that because without the witness, it can't get done. So it's two ways how it's gonna work out. They're either gonna go with you, either pay the $60, or they're either gonna start knocking on some doors. They're either gonna go to their neighbor's house and ask if they can serve as a witness for a signing. And in some situations, they don't want to do that because signers don't want people all in their business. So they'd much rather just rely on you to get a witness for the signing. It's a great question. Can you explain the fiduciary? The fiduciary is, now I'm not an expert at the meaning of fiduciary, but fiduciary just pretty much meaning I'm the person that's going to make that's going to be making medical and financial decisions on your behalf. So meaning if you're bedridden and you can't drive and you can't go to the grocery store to buy your groceries, me as your attorney, in fact, having power of attorney, having access to your bank accounts, I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy your groceries and use your credit card or use your debit card on your behalf because I have a fiduciary responsibility to do that on your behalf. If I need to get access to your medical records to know what medications you need to take, or I need to take you to your doctor's appointments, and I need to talk to the doctor, and I need to find out what's going on, what's the situation, what can we do to make sure your health is improving. I have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that I have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that we're on the right track and we make sure you're getting the necessary and proper care. So that's what that means when I mean that, like fiduciary. Hopefully that makes sense. Best marketing method, pop in office, email, or call. That's another great question. So I don't pop in offices anymore. I don't pop in any offices anymore because I did that like 4 or 5 years ago when I was marketing the title companies, just dropping by in-house, and they was telling, and I found out at the last minute, it was like, oh, I need to be sponsored. So I'm a little jaded. My heart was a little broken that day. My heart was a little broke that day because I found out I needed to be sponsored, and I then wasted my time and drove to all these specific title companies. So I necessarily don't do pop-ins anymore. I still know like Angel with team signing. She does pop-ins. She does pop-ins at the offices. I've seen her do that before. I know some other notaries that do it, but for me, I don't do pop-ins unless I know you. Now, if I just happen to be there for like business, and I just happen to come across the escrow officer and I'm just there for other reasons, I may be like, hey, just out of, while I'm here, I am a notary. If you ever need a notary for your in-office closings or for last-minute closings, feel free to reach out. Here's my information. That's just if I happen to be there. But I'm not going to just pop in and doing like any canvassing or nothing like that. So for me, my best form of marketing, the way I like to do is I like to do networking. I'm a people person. So I either will like go to a networking event, or what I like to do is, I attend networking events and like establish relationships with people that's related to my target market. And then what I like to do is establish referral partnerships. So an example would be, I say this all the time, I network with financial advisors because if they're setting up a life insurance policy, or they're transferring, or they helping one of their clients roll over funds from from a 401k into an annuity. Sometimes at times they need to have a relationship with an attorney so they can have their trust set up. So those two go hand in hand. So what I like to do is I build relationships or establish referral partnerships with financial advisors. And if I come across someone that needs their services, I'll refer them to a financial advisor that I know. And then in turn, whenever I'm looking for an estate planning attorney to do business with, I'll ask them. It's like, hey, do you happen to know an estate planning attorney who could possibly use our notary services? And if they say, yeah, I'm going to ask them. It's like, would you mind making an introduction? Because when it's a warm introduction, it's much easier to get their business. Because let's say, for example, I'm going to use Ashley as an example. If I'm a lawyer and Ashley knows my guy, John, who's a financial advisor, and John recommends Ashley to me as a mobile notary, I'm going to say, yeah, because I know you and you're speaking well on her behalf, I'm going to utilize her services. But if if Ashley just reaches out to me cold and I don't know her, I may not necessarily respond to her right away. She's going to have to be persistent. She's going to probably have to reach out to me about 6 or 7 times, or until I'm annoyed, until I finally say either yes or no. So it's a process, it's a process that you would need to go through when it's cold, as opposed to just a warm introduction. Warm introductions, it don't take much, but if it's cold, it's a lot more persistence and outreach that goes into it. Cold calling, I did do some cold calling for a while. I don't necessarily do it too much anymore, just because I've found networking to be much more effective. But cold calling works. It actually works. I've done it. It's just not my speed. So if you want to do that, more power to you. But I would just say in general, whether it's you popping in the office or you emailing or cold calling, either of those methods work. They all work. It's just a matter of just finding what works for you and then just doubling down on that until you get results. So I would say so that's just what I recommend. That's a great question. What's up, Raph? What's up, Raph? My guy Raph in the building. What's up, Sherilyn? I'm just now seeing y'all. Thanks, networking with financial advisors. Yep. When do you charge flat fees versus charge by stamps versus travel fee? So if I charge a flat fee, I do charge flat fees if I'm working with you for the first, let me rewind. So if I'm charging by stamp plus travel fee, I'm gonna probably do that for a consumer. If it's just a one-off client, then yeah, I charge them travel plus the amount of stamps. But if I do charge a flat fee, it's because I'm getting volume. So when I mean volume, let's say for example, if I'm working with a client, I book an estate plan signing with them and I charge them $250, I'm gonna get that $250 because I'm charging them based on the amount of pages, and I'm charging them plus my travel fee. And that's probably the one and only time I'm going to work with them. Now, if I'm charging a flat fee, that's because I'm working with someone that's sending us volume. They sending us 10, 15, 20 signings. So if I'm charging an attorney $150 or $175 for an estate plan signing, but I know I can make $250, that's okay, because the amount of signings that I'm getting from that one client is going to make up for that loss from that $250 on each signing, if that makes sense. So The whole goal is you want to work with clients that's going to send you repeat business. Because if you have a client that's sending you business on volume, what you would typically charge when it's if you typically charge a $250, you may be willing to give them a discount. That discount could be $200. But in good faith for that $200, they're going to continue using you. So on the back end, you're always gonna make your money back. I hope that makes sense to y'all. I hope that makes sense. But I charge flat fee for clients that's always sending us business. And if it's just a consumer or someone that we working with one time, we're just gonna charge them travel plus the amount of stamps. But I found that I found over time that for like y'all that's in these specific states, what y'all can charge for your stamps sucks. I'm not gonna lie. What you all can charge for your stamp kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We're kind of spoiled out here in California because we can charge $15 per signature, but then you got states like Texas and these other states where you can only charge like $5 or $6 a signature. So what I could charge for an estate plan signing here in California, you may not necessarily be able to charge the same in Texas or in Nevada or in any other state. So that's why I encourage a lot of you, as far as your pricing goes, to do your market research. See what other notaries are charging for estate plan signings. Because if you find out what other notaries are charging in their area for estate plan signings, that can give you a gauge of what you can. That can give you a gauge as far as what you can charge for your estate plan signing. So definitely encourage you to do the market research before anything. Pennsylvania, $5 for a stamp. That's crazy. It really should be over $10. Honestly, anything below that, that's insane. And I think that's a large part of why a lot of notaries, when they come into the business, they focus on doing the loan signings only because you get paid by the package. So if you're getting paid, say if you get a refi and you got to print out 150 pages, you may get paid. You're going to get paid $200 for that signing, regardless how many stamps, because you're getting paid based on that package. But if you're getting paid outside of a loan signing, like an estate plan signing, power of attorney, you can really only charge your travel fee, and you can only charge your travel fee and what your state allows to charge per stamp. Now, what you can do though is you can get creative. So you can get creative on the back end, meaning if you know your state only allows you to charge $5 per signature, and you got your travel fee, you probably might want to add on. You might probably want to add on some additional itemizing, meaning even though I can only probably charge you $5 to use my stamp, and I'll charge you $30 for my travel, but here's an additional $25 that I have to charge you for my time spent. If you need me to print out the documents, okay, cool. We charge 20 cents per page. So those are additional ways that you can make up on your fees, so that way you can get the fee that you feel that you're entitled to or that you deserve. So you just gotta get a little creative. It's not when you take things when you take it for face value. Yeah, it probably can be man, I don't know if I could really get the type of fee that I deserve. But if you get a little creative, just charge for your time. And if they need you to print out the documents, just charge the print per page, along with what you can charge per stamp, and then your travel fee. Yeah, you may come out doing well. So don't give up. Don't just take things for face value. Ask questions, and get creative, so way you can get paid. That's how you can make that up on the back end, for sure. She said, "I need to hop off. This is awesome. See you later, Ashley. Good having you on here. $15 must be nice." Yeah, it's definitely nice. So what's the max you'll push for an estate plan signing? What's the max? Honestly, I would like to get paid $250. I want to get paid $250 per signing. I've heard a notary before got paid $425 for an estate plan signing. Now, I don't know how she was able to pull that off. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. I do know I know another notary who got paid $300 for an estate plan signing. I've seen that happen before, but the max that I usually charge, the max that I've ever gotten for an estate plan signing is $250. That's what I typically push for. But that's going to be for two signers, you know. So if it's like one signer, I'll charge $200. If it's a couple, I'll charge $250. She said, "Okay, good. I'm trying to get like you." Stop it, Shakita. You already got the juice. You already got the juice. Stop it. Oops, my bad. You already got it. She said, "This is helpful." Yeah. Just I forgot what I was about to say. What I was about to say, I forgot. Either or, yeah. Always try to get the max of what you can get. Always shoot for the max. And then a lot of times you're gonna, and also, you're not gonna be able to get the max if you don't ask the right questions. That's another thing. You want to ask questions, because a lot of times when you're doing like loan signings, you don't really need to ask a lot of questions. This is pretty much the only questions that you're gonna ask is, does everyone got a valid ID? Do I need to be the one to print out these documents, or are you going to print out the documents? And then you just want to know how many pages. If they tell you it's like 75 to 100 pages, then right there you'll probably pretty much know the charge over 100. But if it's for, you know, an estate plan signing, the question that you're going to ask are going to be a little different. Obviously, you're going to ask if they got a valid ID. Also, you're going to ask if witnesses are required. That's another piece I forgot to add. Always ask if the signers if the documents require a witness. More than likely they do. You always want to ask if they have a witness, if they will have a witness present. If they say yes, great. If not, then offer to bring a witness for a fee of $47. And then you're going to charge. And then again, if they want to, you're also going to ask how many signatures are required. And then from there, once you get all those questions answered, you'll know what to charge for that type of signing, along with your time and, you know, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's where you go to. That's what you would do. Looking online now, and I see a notary add a surcharge for after hours. So yeah, there's also that's something that's also great. So there's also notaries you can also charge for after hour services. So let's say, for example, if you open at 9 and you close your doors at 5 p.m., if someone needs a notary after 5 p.m., if your travel fee was like $50 between the hours of 9 to 5, and if they need you after that time, you may bump that up to about $75. You may charge an additional $25 to add on to your fee. So you can definitely do that. I had someone today ask me if their signings available after 5 p.m. and on the weekends. Absolutely. People need your services after 5 p.m. because you got to figure not everyone works 7 to 3. Not everyone works at 7 to 3. Sometimes you have people that, you know, they may have to work from 10 to 6, and they don't get off to 6 p.m. and they need these documents notarized like right after work, and they calling around looking for a notary. So you should never assume that there's no one is going to need a notary after 5 p.m. because trust me, they do. It's a lot of people that need notaries after 5 p.m. And if you close your doors after 5 p.m. and they absolutely need your services, then from there you want to tack on your after hours fee to get that taken care of for them. So yeah, a lot of opportunities to get paid within this space. It is a matter of just doing the market research, just doing your due diligence, and not being afraid to state what your price is. You know, not being afraid of saying what your price is and what you're willing to charge to get these documents completed. And $1 per mile outside of 2 miles. See, when it comes to that's the confusing thing. Well, like a lot of states where they'll want you can only charge so much, like for mileage, stuff like that. I get a little confused because because California makes it easy for you. States like California and Florida, they kind of make it easy for you. This is what you can charge based on your stamp, and then there's no cap on your travel fee. But when you got these states like Connecticut, Nevada, and New Mexico, and they put a cap on your mileage, and then you can only charge so much for a notarization. It's like, damn, man, what am I supposed to do? Well, what you're supposed to do is you just got to get creative and find out how to make additional money on the back end. So that's how you would do it. If you guys got any more questions, drop your questions below. In the meantime, take advantage of our sale that we running on estate plan signing 101. I pretty much give you the exact sauce on how to market the business. We got document review videos on there as well. So if you haven't conducted your first estate plan signing, if you don't know what estate plan documents look like, I have all the documents inside estate plan signing 101. You also we get access to the document review videos. You get access to the marketing videos on how to market to estate plan attorneys, who you want to target, what platform that you would use specifically so you can find the attorneys. I give you a quick jewel. I'll give you some free info right now. So if y'all want to find if you want to research attorneys like leads, you can go to lawyers.findlaw.com. Go to lawyers.findlaw.com. You can pretty much look up any type of attorney that you want to work with, whether it's estate planning, divorce, personal injury, criminal defense, real estate, intellectual, trademarking, any kind of attorney that practices in a specific field that you want to market to. They're on that website, and then from there, it's just a matter of you just finding the paralegal or finding a legal assistant. And it's a matter of you just getting in contact with them and contacting them. So definitely encourage you to take advantage of it, because full price is $147, but you can get yours today for $47. Really great content. I've had a few notaries take the course, and they've been booking estate plan signings, and they practically don't even need the course anymore. Yeah, they practically don't even need the course anymore, so they're all good. So. But yeah, that's a shameless plug that we have on estate plan signing 101. Yeah, y'all get the class. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Says you just did divorce, right? How about how many pages and signatures? Yeah, I did a divorce decree signing at the courthouse. What was that? Tuesday? I think either Tuesday or Monday. It's probably about 2 or 3 signatures, I believe. Yeah, about 2 or 3 signatures that we did. How many pages? I don't remember the exact amount of pages. I typically, so for those type of signings, I don't really care about the amount of pages that they're signing. I just need to know how many signatures need to be notarized. So if I know how many pages that needs to be notarized, I could pretty much give them a quote along with what I charge for my travel fee as well. So, but yeah, those are great signings to have as well. Definitely look into working with the divorce attorneys. Unfortunately, it's people that's getting divorced every day. It's a sad situation. I'm all about keeping families together, but hey, everyone doesn't always feel that way. Sometimes they gotta make a decision to break away and do what they gotta do. So if they have to do what they gotta do, you just want to make sure you're positioned to have that relationship with that attorney, and whenever they need your services, they just reach out to you. So definitely look into work with divorce attorneys. That's another way for you to get business. A classmate asked me to notarize a piece of paper she want her soon-to-be ex-husband, saying he will pay her bills for the rest of her life. Woo, that's tough. Man, that is tough. I'm not gonna lie. That is tough. I'm not gonna lie. That's tough, man. You got to pay her bill for the rest of the life. Well, if there was a notary to hire, I mean, she found you. So, I mean, at least you'll be the one. At least you'll be able to play a part and make sure she get her bills paid for the rest of her life. So, I would say more importantly, when it comes to those type of signings, you just want to always be professional, and you want to remain neutral, because it's very easy to get swayed into to different sides. You may be on this person's side, and a lot of times signers, they'll tell you all, they'll give you all the tea about their relationship, why they getting divorced, and all this is going on, and you didn't even ask for it. Because a lot of times people just want to have someone to talk to. They may not have had no one to talk to, or have someone lend an ear. So sometimes you may have to lend an ear, just to be professional, but you also want to remain neutral as well. You don't want to be picking sides. So just remember that as well. She said a lawyer didn't draw it up. She wrote it out and he was willing. Oh, wow. Oh, hey. So that's it. I can't do that. See, I was going to say something about that, but I can't give you that. That's what you just said right there. A lawyer didn't draw it up. She wrote it out herself and he was willing. I was going to talk about that, but I can't talk about that because I'm going to save that for another live. But that's a great point that you brought up. She said, we can sign a regular piece of paper like that. Yes. Yes, you can. See, I might as well talk about it. Yeah, I'll talk about it again. But yeah. So, yeah, if they can, yeah, if they draw up the documents, like if they write up the documents themselves, so that would be what is called like a private arrangement. If the lawyer doesn't draw up the documents, that's perfectly fine. The person that's writing up the documents, as soon as you legalize it, I mean, not legalize it, but as soon as you notarize it, that makes it an official document. What I was going to say, yeah. So necessarily, as a notary, it's not our job to verify the contents of the document. So whether she drew up the document herself and say, "Oh, I'm getting a divorce. I want my ex-husband to be responsible for paying my household expenses, to pay child support, all this stuff," and he's agreeing to do these things. That for you as a notary, that's not your job to verify the contents of the document. For you as a notary, the only thing you need to worry about is if both parties have both have their ID, and it's if they have their IDs and it hasn't expired, and if both parties agreed to sign the document. Because if both parties don't agree to sign the document, then it's nothing that you can do. But if they both agree to the document, regardless of what was written inside the document, then you're all set. Whatever she wrote inside that form, that's none of your business. It's none of my business what she wrote inside that form. What's my business is making sure that both you guys agree to the contents of what's written down in this document, and you both have a valid and unexpired ID. If they have that together, then we're all set. So, but yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I was going to talk about that because I get a lot of those type of requests for like private arrangements where people will literally get like a piece of paper like this and like write some shit out. And then what they'll ask you to do is notarize it. So, again, even if it's written on a piece of paper like this, it really doesn't matter. Because as long as both parties agree to whatever content is on this form, and you attach a loose certificate to it, that makes it an official document. And then in those type of situations, what you would want to do is you just want to document everything. You want to document everything in your journal, because you just never know. You just never know if someone want to try to take you to court and it's like, oh, this guy, he notarized my document illegally. I didn't agree to sign this, yada yada. You just want to cover yourself on the back end. So regardless if it's written on this, if they wrote it on something like a sticky note like this, and you attach a new certificate to it, it makes it a valid document. So yeah, don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. It's great. What other questions, y'all? Do y'all got any other questions about estate plan signings? Who to market to, who to target, how to fill out a specific document, etc. Definitely want to be able to help you out. The goal is always to give you guys a ton of value, so you can get paid. It's more important. I want to see y'all get paid and keep your bank accounts fat. While I'm waiting for y'all to get y'all questions off, make sure you grab estate plan signing 101. We're going to show you how to market to estate plan signings, market to estate plan attorneys. We also have an estate plan attorney script. So we have scripts for you. So if you have the courage to cold call, we actually have the scripts that you can use. And if you also want to do emailing, we have a template that you can use as well to send out cold emails to your leads. I'm actually going to update it because there's some additional follow-up emails that I need to include in there, so that way you can just plug and play and just get your emails off. And the only thing you would need to do is just seal the deal. So definitely recommend doing that. Also, if you are going to work with estate planning attorneys to make it easy and convenient for them, I would definitely encourage you to create a personalized link for them. So they can schedule signings with you. So if they want, because a lot of times they don't want to call, they don't have time to call. They just need to get it on the calendar. So create a personalized link for them. Makes it much easier for them, and you can start booking them for business. So yeah. But if you guys don't have any more questions, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this live today. I just wanted to come on here, give you guys a ton of value, give you something to think, ponder on going into going into the weekend as you get prepared for the following week, and to get after it, start generating these leads, and so you guys can bring in some more business. Again, tell a notary or two about this live. Make sure you check out the Stampin Academy. Again, make sure you grab estate plan signing 101. The link is right there in the comments. Until next time, peace out. Love y'all. I'll talk to you soon.